All right. Hey, everybody. It's Kramer from Kramer Unstuck. And I'm going to talk about this whole shooting in Atlanta. I saw the video from the start where he was struggling. Okay. They had him he was standing there, and, then all of a sudden he got into a struggle with him, grabbed the cop's taser. You heard the cop say, "Let go of my taser, let go of my taser." Grabbed the taser, went running away while firing the taser I don't know if it was a taser where you got to come up and hit him, or if it was where the projectiles, you can launch them out into the person. I forget what they call that. But he had a weapon that he stole from the cop, and the cop shot him and killed him. Okay, this was in that Wendy's parking lot. And this picture on the screen is of the protesters who are, it says Rip Richard, they burned the Wendy's. I see it this way. I don't see anything wrong here. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I guess, if I'm correct, they consider this, okay, it was organ failure due to blood loss. And from what I saw, I think they called it a homicide now. And I guess the cop was fired. But you can see right here, okay, there's a video. Well, at least I thought they had a video here. I don't know what that is. Oh, okay, here we go.
We're halfway through and killed by police. It was caught up.
There he is. Oh, you can hear the taser.
Rhodes was shot and killed at a fast food restaurant after reportedly grabbing an officer's taser.
Jonathan Sari is live in Atlanta outside that Wendy's restaurant after it was set on fire.
Well, right there, I think that was the kind of taser that fires the little things that, I forget what they call them anymore. Apparently, he said he had a couple of drinks to celebrate his daughter's birthday and agrees to a breath test. Body camera images show the test recorded a .108 higher than the 0.08 gram blood alcohol content considered too intoxicated to drive in Georgia. Well, then that's the thing about alcohol. Alcohol inhibits your rational thought. When I had my DUI, it was a 1.38 or something like that, or a .138, which is a lot higher than this. But here's the thing, I had a .138, and when I had my DUI, I crashed the truck. And I had people come, and they offered to take me home, and I told them, no, get this, .138, okay, he had a .108. I told the people, no, call the cops. Because I was driving drunk, and I thought, I gotta own up to this. You know, now I'm a 200 and I don't know how much I weighed back then at 210, but now I weigh about 280. You know, I don't know how big this guy was, but he looked like he was a fairly big guy. But, you know, and I don't know whether this guy had a criminal past, but it would seem to me that he might have a lifetime of maybe making some bad decisions. And this was a horrible decision. Okay, because it cost him his life. And I personally, he was shot twice in the back. And he ruled the death a homicide. And the policeman's name is Rolfe, R-O-L-F-E. He was fired Sunday, and Brosnan was placed on administrative duty. That was the next other police officer. And the Atlanta mayor says that she does not believe this was a justified use of deadly force. Well, whether or not it escalated to that point to where, but here's the thing. This guy shouldn't have ran. I mean, I made a rash choice to go out on the road and drive drunk. Okay, he was sleeping in his car. Now, I don't know what the laws are there. I heard that in some states, if you're in the car, you have your keys in the ignition, they can charge you with, I guess, a DUI or whatever, DWI. But, you know, what was the cop? He could have shot him in the legs, but if you shoot him in the legs, there's a chance you're going to hit an artery, and the guy could have bled to death anyway. And I'm going to say this, I do not believe that anything happens just because it's not a coincidence. Okay, it don't happen. Everything happens for a reason. Okay, now as a Christian, I believe that there's a devil behind all of this. But one thing I don't believe that this is racism. But that's what it's going to be chalked up to. Oh, he's a racist because he was white and he shot a black man. No. This is, then of course they burned the Wendy's. They burned the Wendy's because apparently it was the Wendy's parking lot, so the Wendy's now is at fault. And maybe the Wendy's is racist. I don't know. Dave Thomas is dead. I guess his daughter's still alive, Wendy. I guess that was her name. But this is not a racist thing. This is a police officer, probably with adrenaline and all that going on, okay, made a wrong choice to fire the gun at this guy, okay, but this guy shouldn't have ran. I didn't run. I took ownership. And what I see here is this Richard may have had a lifetime of not taking ownership of course, I don't know his background, but, this is, George Floyd. George Floyd was another one, and I made a video on that. He was murdered. He was murdered by that twit cop. But George Floyd was also, George Floyd was a felon. He was a criminal. He shouldn't have died that way. But it led to that. His life, the path he took, There's two paths you can take. Okay? You can go down the right path, okay, or you can go down the left path. You can go down the path where you're trying to make a difference, or you can go down the path to where you're a criminal. I don't know if Richard had a criminal history, but George Floyd did, and it ended in that. He was on drugs at the time. He had COVID, which doesn't matter, but drugs make a, he didn't seem to be resisting arrest, and I can't say that was racist either. It could have been just the fact of maybe that cop was afraid because George Floyd was a big guy, and that cop wasn't as big as him. And he thought he's going to do that, and he's going to, make this guy, he'll keep him down. But I don't look at that racist, and I don't look at this as racist. Okay? I'm going to show you, that's if it works. This stupid. This is Facebook, and I rarely go over to Facebook. But I saw this today. Oh, well, I saw it yesterday. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. I mean, computer is just here. Okay, Black Lives Matter. Now I'm going to say this. Black Lives Matter, Antifa. These people are funded by the Clintons, George Soros, Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, all these scumbags who are Satanists. These people are Satanists. And Black Lives Matter don't give a damn about black lives. Okay? Take a look at this. Here's whites killed by blacks. Okay, now, I guess that's 9.83%. Don't ask me. It goes up to 60. I don't know what this chart really means. But whites killed by blacks. Then here's blacks killed by whites, which is 0.77. Okay? Whites killed by whites is 10.22. Okay? Then blacks killed by blacks is 53.94. And I'm going to say probably up to here, from here up to this line right here, that's Chicago probably, just Chicago. Okay. Racism? Yeah, there is such a thing as racism. There are whites who hate blacks. There are blacks who hate whites. There are Hispanics who hate blacks and whites. There are blacks that hate Hispanics. Whites who hate Hispanics. There's Orientals who don't like anybody. Okay? I don't have a problem with black people or, I can get along with people, but in my life, the people that have screwed me over have been white. So I've got a problem with some white people. Now, am I racist toward my own race? No. If you're a jerk, I'm going to call you a jerk. If you're not, I'm not. Okay? I mean, just take this whole COVID thing, how people are acting. I was in Walmart yesterday, and I'm walking through the store, and I saw that there were some people that weren't wearing masks. So I took mine off, and I put it down. Okay, I want to be free. I'm up at the checkout, and I had some old guy come up to me and go, I guess the media is effing wrong about this whole thing. And I said, well, it's BS. And I forget some of the other stuff that I had said. But then he said, how do you know you don't have COVID? And I leaned in on him and I said, I don't. The media, right there when he said the media, that was it. I had no respect for him. Because the media is what's telling you that blacks are being killed by whites all over the place because the white people are racist. I don't recall ever having a problem with a black person. Never. Like I said, White people, however, there's some white people out there that if it would be me and them and nobody else would be around, even as a Christian, I'd probably punch them right in the mouth because they're just jerks. Black people, though, I get along with them. Now, I'm going to say this. Back in 1990, when you had the whole thing with Rodney King and O.J. Simpson, and you had the riots in L.A., and that guy getting pulled out of his truck and getting that guy threw that chunk of concrete at his head. For a period of time, all I heard was reparations and white people owe us and stuff like that. And I did get hateful. I started getting hateful because that's all you heard on the news. And at that time, I was watching the news like an idiot. Because that's what the news does. It just ramps it up. The major news networks, okay? I don't know about Fox. I don't like none of them. I will watch some clips from Fox because, and I don't even know why, but CNN, ABC, CBS, these are all owned by people like Ted Turner. Okay, they're owned by, I'm going to say it, they're owned by the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, these elite, what they call the Illuminati. And all they do is lie. Just take a look at Chris Cuomo and his Fredo and his stupidity, where he lied about being in the basement. And then he made a big, here I come out of my basement. It's a game to these people. You know, so, yeah. Yes, there is racism. But this stuff, I don't see racism. I see police overreacting. Okay, because, you know, the training, and here's the thing, some people just don't take well to training. Because, you know, they'll let the emotions and they'll let their fears and everything control them at that point, and they'll just react. It's a knee-jerk reaction to anxiety. And the next thing you know, boom. But you got to ask, I asked this question, what led this Richard to that point? Okay, I didn't look up to see if the guy had a criminal record, but I look at decision making like with me, with the drinking. It led to a DUI, which I owned up to, and here's the thing, during the course of that whole DUI, at the beginning, yeah, I had a knot in my stomach. I didn't know what was going to happen. But over the course of the DUI, I realized that they don't care. They don't care about anything but the money. They could care less, because I did go back to drinking during that time, and then I had quit later on. But I was drinking during my probation. They never checked up on me. You know, I went down there, and the questions they asked were really, I mean, so, you know, but anyway, my life, I believe you got to do the right thing. But like I said, racism, I don't see racism in none of this. I do see a power behind it, and that power is the devil. And if you don't believe in that devil, well, you're an idiot. So that's pretty much all I have to say on this matter. You know, if you're listening to the news and you're getting all worked up because they're telling you all this BS, stop listening to the news. There are actual news networks like the Next News Network on YouTube. There are people like Larry Elder, Prager University, you know, and I'm going to probably I'll put some videos together in a playlist and put it on here that come out with the truth, common sense Because what the news networks tell you isn't common sense. It's just working people up. That's all they do. They're pathetic. They're pathetic. And they need to be taken down. Okay, yeah, freedom of speech. I think freedom of speech with responsibility. You need to be responsible with what you're speaking, with what you're bringing out. If it's a constant roll of bullshit, you need to be shut down because you ain't worth anything. And I don't care who owns you, Ted Turner or Rupert Murdoch, for that matter. But anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say right now. It's crazy. Working the people up, getting the people angry. Let's get it back here. Well, I guess I can't. But anyway, that's all I got to say. So, until next time, this is Kramer Unstuck.